are great all year round. I do love my fair share of board games, especially in the summer months when you have some free time up at the cabin or wherever. Our next guest is hoping you'll pick up one of her games for your next long weekend, of course.
Give it up for the maker of the board games Silly Street and Animal Act. That's Christine Peck. Hey, welcome.
Hi.
Thanks for coming back.
Yes, thanks for having me back. It's super
She came back. That's a good sign.
She likes us.
We had you on back when Silly Street came out.
Yes.
Hugely successful game. Now you have a follow-up. Before we kind of talk about that, I just want to hear more about you because you're a mom, you had a full-time job, and now look what you've created. I know we have a picture to show off of your family. Who doesn't?
Aww.
And there you are with your long
there
weekends at the cabin, right?
Yeah.
On the lake.
Live in the Minnesota life.
So how did Silly Street come about?
So my sister-in-law, Megan Droma, is the co-founder, and between the two of us, we have 4 boys. And in 2014, you can remember it was the polar vortex, it was cold, we had preschoolers, a lot of activity. We were starting to play board games, but not really enjoying them. And we thought, okay, you know, maybe this is something that we should think about. Like, could we bring a better market or better product to the market? And my sister-in-law is a creative director and illustrator. She's really talented, so we're thinking, okay, we could do something. And then, as the next year, as our kids went into kindergarten, we saw this dramatic reduction in play. And that didn't make us feel great because we know how important play is to kids' development, and started focusing on how are we going to help our kids be the most successful academically and socially. How do we teach them how to build grit and bravery and creativity and all these things that are really important life skills that will help them be more successful. So we combined those thoughts, and that was our really inspiration for the brand Silly Street. So we started with Silly Street, the board game, and then quickly after we were able to get that into stores, we started working on, well, what's the next thing and what are the next character traits that we really want to help our kids build. So we focused on bravery and adaptability and communication when we looked at how we were going to make a really fun game that would help kids develop those skills.
Animal Act.
Animal Act.
Yes.
Animal Act is the game.
And
yes.
what? Forgive me for asking, but what did you do before this?
So prior to this, I did a bunch of different things. I worked as a buyer at Target. I was a senior brand manager at Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day in Caldrea. So yeah, it's a little bit of a shift.
Yeah, so now you do this full time?
I do this full time,
wow.
and it's really fun.
I
you know,
bet it is.
it's really
And how
fun.
many of us, I mean, we've all had ideas like, oh, I wish they had better games. And then you actually make one, and now you're seeing it as this big, successful product.
Yeah, it's
so how
rewarding.
does Animal Act different from Silly Street, or how does it add on to that?
Absolutely. So Animal Act is it is a riff on dramatic play, right? So when we took a look at those character skills that we wanted to embed, we thought, okay, what are some things that kids who are preschool and beyond really love to do naturally, right? Because we want them to be having fun. And so we thought, okay, dramatic play rises to the surface when you think of how do how can you be brave and sort of show yourself to the world? How do you communicate in different ways? And so that is how the game works. You roll the die, and you may be asked to act or mime or sing, or there's a little switcheroo.
I would not like to sing.
I know, I heard that earlier in the segment, no singing. I was like, uh-oh, I hope he doesn't roll
So
the
this
mic.
this is a lot like basically a younger version of Cranium. Do you know the board game Cranium?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's similar to Cranium. It's a little bit of charades. You don't have teams, so you play. You sort of play with the people you're playing with.
Okay,
So, for
cool.
instance, if you roll a,
let's play.
You want to play?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
go
So
for it.
just roll the dice?
Roll a die, and
Okay.
you can go
2.
any which way.
So I start from here?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2.
And the object of the game is to fill up your card with your playbill with all these little tickets. So you are on sing.
Nope. Nope.
Yes. What?
I
You
rolled
did.
a 3.
You
I rolled a 3.
I really think it's 2.
He's already cheating.
I rolled a 3. Okay, so if I had rolled a 3, what's this symbol?
Okay, so then
I'm totally not singing.
see, this one's a
I
little
had
trickier.
rolled
So
a
I'm going to just
3.
move you forward one, okay, so that you don't have to have Shayne do it for you. This is a switcheroo, and what that means is that you would ask Shayne or myself to act it out for you, and you would guess.
Okay.
If you do a mic or the clapperboard or the mime, then you would act out the card for us, and if we guess it, you get a ticket.
So which one did he
interesting.
get?
So, yeah, what
in
did I
his
get?
fake world?
Oh yeah, in his fake world. Yeah.
It's all for TV. You
can grab a card.
I grab a card.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what am I doing with
You are
this?
acting, so you just can't say it.
Oh, okay.
I think he just said something.
Oh no, he just
You
can't say
make
what's on the
sounds?
card. He
Okay,
can make
I thought you were
sounds.
cheating
He
again.
can.
I only cheat once per game.
I'm
Only
gonna
once
go
per game.
elephant.
Yes.
Well done. So the
Can you do
cards
it one more
they're-
time?
See, I'll do that. I just won't sing.
Anytime. So there's animal cards
Okay.
and then there's action cards. And animal cards are really great because they're a little easier for younger players, and
Yes.
action cards are a little bit more complex. So depending on who you're playing with, you can even stack the deck.
But it's 4 and up, right?
Yes, and quite frankly, it's great for 3-year-olds as well, and it works just for all different ages. So yeah, we try to make them so they work for families.
And we find too, when we get a card that Karis, my daughter, doesn't know, it just becomes a moment. Okay, go tell somebody what it is, and they're going to help you, and then they learn kind of what it is and
it's a
how
total learning
Absolutely.
moment.
so it doesn't ruin the game.
Absolutely, which
Okay.
is so nice.
Oh,
And right, and if you
Parent of the
then
year.
when they see you do it, right, they're like, oh, that's how I might do it, or maybe I'll tweak it a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's a really nice teaching moment. It builds great connection.
Well, that's
Fun.
awesome.
We love it. Thank you
Nice
for
job.
doing this as a parent who's bought many board games that have been duds.
Yeah.
There's a lot of duds out
Thank
there.
you for
Is
saying
there,
that.
is there more coming?
Absolutely. There's definitely more coming, and we have a lot of interesting things happening this year. We've partnered with another local female founder, toy company Mindware, to launch toys this September that focus on
Nice.
empathy. We have an app coming out this year.
Yes.
So that's
So
really fun. You can play it along.
There is a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. So
Well, stay
come
tuned.
visit us.
Yep, definitely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Christine Peck, thanks for joining us so much. We have a little bit more coming up in the show,
Mm-hmm.
so we're nearing the end here. So we will be right back after this quick break. Yeah, no, thank you so much.
That
for
was
coming.
awesome.